To understand why we are so excited about artificial intelligence, let's go back to the big paradigm shift, which is modern age. So there are many authors who discuss these from different perspectives. What happened is the systems they started to be pervasive. The ideas of the system start to be pervasive in many different ways. The subjectivity started to be in first place. What is different because, let's say, the person in a middle age, a Western person in the middle age, it's a person which has a private life, more connected to the community. When the modern age arrives, there are lots of paradigm shifts in time, in a difference between private life and public life, and there are some strategies designed to achieve the way people think and behave. And there are authors which call those ideas a type of ideology, and there are authors which prefer don't categorize, as especially in contemporary society like postmodern, post-structuralist, people prefer don't categorize in a way that their ontology, like our relation of being in the world, has more things that we can just simplify by categorizing. It's true that we cannot anymore say this is this ideology and that's it. Now we have many ideas combined, so it's harder now to separate those ideas, like this is conservative, this is progressive, this is left, this is right, and etc. So there are a combination of things which are progressive, democratic, and totalitarian. And so how do we live and think ethics in such a world with such a complexity and influence of different ideas? The question is, first we have to go back to analyze the past, and let's give a very simple example. You fix problems in Google. Oh, this is racist, then you fix, oh, on Google, Facebook, or whatever. So this is sexist, and you fix. This is this and that, but it's coming back, it's coming back, it's coming back. Well, it's coming back because the infrastructure is based in a set of ideas, and these ideas, they tend to reinforce a certain logic. So the logic that what is happen in quantity is the truth, or it's more likely to be the truth because it's a quantitative, and there are other different things. For example, classical logic in math, but the classical logic is you need to have a specific answer. which after the advent of quantum physics, especially maths, start to look for different way to organize the equations. So you have paraconsistent logic. So you have this idea of consistency. So this is another thing. We borrow words which they are supposed to represent a statement. Like if you say this is inconsistent, this is not consistent, it sounds this is not good enough. But in fact, it's not that it's not consistent. The only thing is it does not fit into the idea of consistency, which is from classical logic. So you have different types of logic. A different logic, let's say paraconsistent, you recognize, you acknowledge there are some parallel realities, and so you need to have this on the logic, otherwise you will have bias. It's impossible not to have bias if you are saying upfront that it's only consistent what fits in this kind of model that someone said so as an axiom. So of course this is not going to be unbiased. So if we want to progress with artificial intelligence, if we want to progress with high technology using maths, we need to acknowledge that we need to change the way we process the logic. Otherwise, we are going to be unfair. That's for sure. So only people who are not in the equation are able to process these and understand. But of course, we have another problem, which is education, because everyone wants to fit, everyone wants to be part of the game. So what happens is people try to fit in a model of education which are already biased, and sometimes they don't realize it. Of course they don't realize. This is a question for philosophy. This is a question for, we have to go back to the classic philosophy. We have to understand what are the problems. We have to understand philosophy of science, what happened in this time and there and there and there, and why we can't fix it. Because it's the ground. It's the foundation of our knowledge. It's the foundation of maths, it's the foundation of everything. So if you take out the foundation, so we need to think together how we are going to fix the foundation, review the foundation to make it right. So how are we going to do it? This is the question. Some people, they are already inside, they're already in the game, so they can keep doing bias and keep the game as it is, doesn't matter. But if we want to do like AI good for all, we really need to rethink a lot of things and listen to people, listen to different people, diversity, put different people together from different fields of knowledge. That is the big challenge from 21st century for the future, for now.